they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, 88. Mike's 5-4.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike, 55. Check.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to let this. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field.
To throw, Cousins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Green 18. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Pass. 36, 36.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
So we got man.
They'll run here with John Kelly, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Mike 5-4. Watch the backer.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all play good.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
88. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch the flat. Watch the 50. Watch the flat motion. Pop.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings, for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Coming to you.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Here I go.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Past the 20, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
44. All day, just like that. Just like that.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Hey, come on, El. Come on, El. Check 3. Check 3.
On 1st down, Jones. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On second down now, it's Jones. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Kelly, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On third down, Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. But now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Crosby connects on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ain't got nothing.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is Cook with the grab. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First down, Minnesota.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Second and 2 at the 29.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it's third and short.
I'm coming. Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a second and 13.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Throwing is Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
At their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. It's hauled in by Doxson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dean Lowry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
I got 8.
Here's Cousins. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 3rd and long for Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check Mike, check Mike.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to pour it on. Crosby with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Makes the score Packers 35, Vikings 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Mike's 5-4. Here we go, G.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right. 54 Mike. Rip left, rip left.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And this one complete to Smith. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
To throw is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd down, Cousins. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Running right with Kelly. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Mike. 319.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Shit.
On 3rd down, Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Cousins to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on second and 8. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
50's the mic. 50.
Throwing is Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Cousins on fourth down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47.
Hey, check. 3 now.
Play fake. Cousins. He's got Smith here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On play action, Cousins. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Again, it's Cousins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Cousins now. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Bailey got the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Packers on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
We own them.
Mike's 54.
Again, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10. Cousins, complete. Smith has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down, Minnesota.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's bring it.
Now Cousins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
50's a mic. 50's a mic. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Throwing, Cousins. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Say go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Boyle on the keeper. It's a loss
Ready?
of 1.
60 or.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Double time. Everyone got 4. 4 down.
Say hut.
And they will take a knee here.
On the keeper.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any off.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay, 10K on the couch.